Greetings from Lifespice India Private Limited. Have you ever wondered, how did plants survive the Holocaust that wiped out dinosaurs and mammoths? Why is Indian cooking so complicated? What made our great-grandparents so much healthier than us? Seems like a bunch of unrelated questions. Let us connect the dots and see what emerges. First, some random facts. Plants produce biologically active compounds that help them resist fungi, bacteria, virus infections, and even consumption by wasps and other animals. These are called phytochemicals. Genes are a part of the DNA in a cell that control the physical development of an individual. Genes contain instructions that tell your cells to make molecules called proteins. Proteins perform various body functions and keep the body healthy. Genes cannot be changed, but can be subject to non-genetic influences that affects their expression. This is called epigenetic regulation of genes. Phytochemicals can regulate epigenetic modulation of genes. Targeted consumption of relevant phytochemicals in a correct admixture can help improve gene expression and improve bodily functions, leading to good health. Complicated Indian cuisine and diverse Indian spices are basically time-tested recipes for such maintenance of well-being, health, and taste enhancer formulae using human-compatible plant phytochemicals. Our ancestors had an array of tools to treat each spice with respect and preserve the phytochemical activity. Spices were often dry pounded and stored for medium-term use, but never pounded along with onions, garlic, ginger, or any flour or leaves. These were always added fresh, chopped, grated, or crushed in roller stones. When did we migrate to buying spice mixes that contain just some spices mixed with various fillers like flowers, onions, garlic, ginger, salt, garnishing leaves? Today, sadly, India consumes 100,000 tons every year of market-made recipe mixes, most of which include components like onion, garlic, ginger, rice flour, gram flour, etc., along with spices claiming to replicate traditional food flavors. Unaware of the health practices of past, we have migrated to various brands of premixed dry powders that no longer protect or replicate traditional handling of culinary components and their phytochemicals. Interestingly, despite being a century old, the organized sector of mixed spice powders only captures 35% of the consumers, while a whopping 65% still rely on disorganized sector. Cottage industry, where someone in the neighborhood home makes spice powders for the society, albeit costlier. This is mainly because the disorganized sector provides better flavor and quality. Is it true that the organized sector is unable to capture the flavor? No, it is not. The tragic truth is, in search of competitive prices and better profits, many corporates exploit the fact that the powder does not visually reveal the contents de facto. Hence, the corporates tend to buy low-cost material that is separated while cleaning spices, that smells like spices but do not have the phytochemical potency of the spice per se. The cleaned, rich spices are separately packed for export or sale in stores as whole spices, where size and looks are directly clear to the end user. Which law is it that allows industrial players to use majority feed material that is not rich spice but fillers that smell like the spice in their spice mixes? Chili has the capsaicin, not the stem. Cumin seeds have the cuminaldehyde, cuminoid and cuminium, not the surface abraded dust and stem. Pepper has the pepperine, not the papaya seeds it is mixed with. Bay leaf has the cineole, not the stalk that come with it. Fenugreek seeds have the phenogrin, not the dust and fines that come off it while cleaning, and so on and so forth. If this were not enough, there are corporates that buy the rejects from APIs or cold presses after extracting curcumin from turmeric and blend them into the spice mix. Color and smell like turmeric, but devoid of all phytochemicals. Another aspect in play is to increase proportion of low-cost components like chili, coriander, turmeric, onion, salt, garlic, ginger, and reduce the ratio of costlier components like cardamom, cinnamon, star anise, mace, pepper, and the likes, getting away by increasing chili to an extent that all other flavors and additive tastes are suppressed. Hence, have we migrated in the past few decades from interpreting spicy as bursting with flavors to hot and high on chili? Processing was done with the sole aim of minimizing costs and increasing productivity, leading to multiple shortcuts. Improper roasting, combined grinding, open handling leading to foreign contaminants, human contact with product creating carriers of contagion, and so much more. The most regressive factor is the addition of rice flours and gram flours, which have no role to play as seasonings. This is done under the guise of thickening gravies. Such mixes have minimum phytochemical activity and hardly enhance well-being as formulated by our ancestors. Instead, they do often lead to gastric uneasiness and bloating. No surprise, given that some components consumed, like stems and stalks for example, were not meant for human consumption. Sadly, the consumer had no choice other than a series of similar low-cost mixes or the neighborhood homemaker. During this pandemic, the promoters of Lifespice, all being engineers, have connected the dots. Lifespice has created proprietary herbal extracts from various pure spices and blends thereof, and in research lab at Chennai have conducted a series of in vivo tests. More than 200 mRNA extracts of genes have been analyzed. Results corroborate our ancestors' practices. Complicated, time-consuming Indian cooking indeed leads to well-being and good health. No myth. Scientifically proven in our tests. Can food redeem one from inherited genetic maladies? In fact, they have been able to create mixes with exotic tastes that, when used as garam masala or tea masala in day-to-day cooking, can actually upregulate genes related to specific health targets like heart health, cancer care, asthma relief, and diabetes and cholesterol management, to name a few. Interestingly, consumption of components alone did not yield inspiring results, but correct admixtures upregulated genes 3 to 6 times. This now is epigenetic modulation that upregulates genes and fights major ailments simply by eating tasty foods. No bland boiled vegetable diets. The company has acquired land in Sipcot Extension DTA 3, Ranipet, Tamil Nadu, housing a factory to produce pure, unadulterated spice mixes with complete focus on amplified phytochemical presentation. Each spice is individually cleaned. Only fruits, seeds, pods and such are used. Individually roasted. Roasting does not just reduce moisture and enhance flavor. Roasting improves phytochemical presentation and kills most bacteria. And individually ground to create 15 different coarse spice powders that are directly stored in separate bulk containers, untouched by human hand. Electronically controlled unique systems then prepare the mixtures to our tested recipes. The mixes are thoroughly blended and ground to 600 micron fineness and collected in food-grade industrial bulk containers, again untouched by human hands. The product is packed in an automated line into food-grade PET jars with an induction seal and a threaded polypropylene cap. No sachets that develop pinholes in handling, causing a freeway for virus and bacteria. The powders are first touched by human hand only when the end user breaks the seal at the home kitchen. All the formulations are based on a simple procedure of cooking. Fry fresh onions, green chilies, ginger, garlic per your practice at home. Add tomatoes. Cook well. Add salt to taste and simply add 1 heaped teaspoon of Lifespice powder per 2 persons. Your dish is ready. Low on chili, bursting with flavors and full of health-boosting phytochemicals. Come, let us together reimagine cooking and redefine well-being, scientifically, traditionally.